ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. 1,366. I trust that starting with a number is an appropriate way to address an audience whose daily work revolves around finance, ICT, and high tech. The number I've just mentioned speaks volume about Poland's remarkable economic journey over the past 35 years. 1,366%. This is Poland's cumulative nominal GDP growth since 1990. When compared with the 3.5-fold increase of the advanced economies over the same period, this number stands out as evidence of our people's work ethic and entrepreneurship. It is an achievement few would have bet on when Poland embarked on its market reforms after the fall of communism. Back then, many Poles, also among the political and economic elite, were convinced that even well-wishing Westerners perceived us as people with brave hearts and lofty ideals, but little else. One of my predecessors, Foreign Minister Andrzej Olechowski, captured this sentiment in 1994 when he said, "The most difficult task is to change the stereotypical image of Poles among foreigners. Supportive foreigners see us as patriots, ready for heroism, fervent Catholics, and romantics. This image lacks anything related to entrepreneurship, education, or modern skills. We need to demonstrate that Poland is a country of great opportunities and talented people." And so we did. Poland has become a success story, a country defined by uninterrupted economic growth, stable business environment, well-educated workforce, and social readiness to embrace new solutions, also in the realm of financial services. I'm sure you'll appreciate a few more figures on that. Poland's economy is among the fastest growing in the European Union. Our cumulative GDP growth between 2025 and 2030 is projected to exceed 18.5%, far outpacing the European projected average of 9%. The financial sector has a major and steadily growing impact on our economy. In 2023, it contributed around 5.3% to Poland's GDP, a notable rise from 4% just a decade earlier. With roughly 400 fintech companies operating here, Poland has become a genuine fintech hub, offering cutting-edge services in payments, cybersecurity, insurtech, and enterprise finance. A growing number of Polish startups are now attracting foreign investors and serving clients well beyond our borders. Warsaw is beginning to be regarded as the fintech capital of Central Europe, a pioneer and trendsetter on the continent when it comes to modern banking and digital finance. That's all good news, but I hope we still have both room and appetite for further progress. By 2030, Poland's GDP can increase by an additional $90 billion thanks to accelerated digitalization. If this scenario materializes, in half a decade, the digital economy will account for more than 9% of our GDP. Over 23 million Poles, 75% of the adult population, already use electronic banking, and nearly 17 million rely exclusively on mobile banking apps. The share of cashless transactions in retail has surged from 43% in 2018 to an impressive 70% last year, a cultural and technological shift that reflects Polish society's openness to modern financial services. Among Polish fintech innovations, Leak, a mobile electronic payment system, stands out as a textbook success story. From roughly 91 million transactions in 2018 to a staggering 2.4 billion transactions last year, Leak has redefined the way Poles do their shopping. The platform now processes payments worth almost $100 billion annually and contributes added value equivalent to over 1% of Poland's GDP. A single virtual tool, which came to life barely a decade ago, now generates more than 1% of the whole country's growth. And its success is not confined to Poland. Blik is expanding into foreign markets such as Slovakia and Romania and will soon reach other EU countries once it joins the European Payments Alliance. The government's flagship M-Citizen app is another symbol of digital modernization. It now serves over 10 million active users and provides seamless access to identity verification and wide range of e-services. Very helpfully, you can check on it how many driving penalty points you have and when they expire. On another technological frontier, Poland boasts a vibrant ecosystem of AI and fintech startups. According to a 2024 Ernst & Young study, 1 in 5 medium and large manufacturers in Poland has integrated AI into their operations. This is projected to generate an economic impact equivalent to the work of almost 5 million people, which translates into $90 billion in annual value. Ladies and gentlemen, between 2 and 4,000. This time, the numbers do not represent an economic achievement, but they signify our resilience, including the resilience of our financial system. Between 2 and 4,000, that's the number of cyber attacks Poland experiences daily. A few days ago, Blik's users briefly were affected by one such attack. 99% of incidents, however, go unnoticed by the public and they are successfully fended off. Instantaneous cash transfers keep working. Businesses conduct their digital transactions smoothly. And a growing cohort of online shoppers does not experience any significant disruptions. This is not to say that we should be resting on our laurels, far from that, but it highlights Poland's expertise in cybersecurity-related measures and technologies. These are crucial in the era of heightened geopolitical tensions, when virtually every aspect of economic life is being weaponized by aggressive revisionist states. Digital innovation in finance brings both opportunities for growth and the imperative to address security concerns. Polish companies can contribute greatly to building more robust and resilient financial systems, not only in Poland, but also abroad. In these turbulent times, making sure that financial arteries remain unobstructed by malicious actors is crucial for every government. There are many more ways in which geopolitics exerts its influence on national economies. Sanctions, for example. After Russia's unprovoked attacks on Ukraine and given serious threats it hurls at Western countries, including Poland, we had no other option but to cut her off from Western financial systems. Here again, modern technology is key to properly enforce regulations put in place by democratic governments. Financial instruments and high-tech capabilities, as we have seen time and again, can be weaponized for both offensive and defensive purposes. Investments in security our digital infrastructure, from cross-border payment systems to quantum-safe cryptography, must ensure that money transfers remain not only efficient but safe. Control over data flows, from electronic payments to digital identity, has become a strategic asset in a world where the lines between economics and geopolitics blur. Ladies and gentlemen, to contemporary discussions on economy, security, and sovereignty, Poland brings a distinctive perspective shaped by over 3 decades of remarkable economic and social transformation. Today we are ranked as the 20th largest economy in the world, with a GDP of roughly $1 trillion. Our economic makeover and the growing recognition of our success must be used to leverage Poland's soft power. Polish financial industry, particularly fintech, can help strengthen our country's image all over the world as a reliable, innovative partner. Here's the paradox. With a war raging on the other side of our eastern border, some may be tempted to focus their attention solely on our immediate neighborhood. But that would be short-sighted. Both threats and opportunities we face are becoming more globalized. Poland's development increasingly depends on stability in regions far beyond traditional areas of our diplomatic engagement. We may either reach out to the rising countries of the so-called global south with a viable economic offer, or watch autocratic adversaries step into that void. Avoiding the latter requires coordinated diplomatic and business engagements. Soft power, which comes with economic prosperity, is a form of capital. Invested wisely, it grows to the benefit of many. Left unused, it withers away. We shall invest wisely. Thank you very much.